Hi there, today is March 22nd, and I am so super tired. Um, so tired. I couldn't sleep last night, but interestingly enough, as I wasn't able to sleep, I was having these incredible, I guess I would call them healing moments where I just continued to see more and more truth. And, anybody who's been watching my videos, that's what I do. That's what I've been doing for years. I've been doing this work for 19 years, and what my intention is every day is to become a freer version of myself. I didn't actually know that until I just said that. I like that. To become a freer version of myself. And interestingly enough, I did a trade show this weekend, and it was the first one I've done in a long, well, I guess that's not true. The first one that I've done with my new work, with the work that I've created. And what I it was a very interesting experience because I went there. I've created this really cool little healing system. I call it a little healing system in a box. It's called Spirit Speaks. It's really, really beautiful. And I went with this intention to do sessions for people to help them see their patterns and get into their hearts to be able to start to dissolve those patterns. And what I recognized was that I was actually the one receiving the most healing through that trade show and through my interactions with the other people because, you know, in Mercury retrograde fashion, I can never say that properly. So much in my life just has been kicked up. And I feel like this is always a good thing. Like life will kick up, life will present us with opportunities for our traumas to be triggered, for our fears to be triggered, for our limits to be triggered, so that we can work through it and get to the other side of it and see something different and become something different. And like I've said before, this is a daily practice. This is never an all or none kind of thing, all one and done. I can't remember what I was saying before. This is a daily practice, and I spend at least an hour every day sitting and holding my heart and getting into the space of alignment, where I started calling it aligning with the divine. And so there's a lot of really interesting stuff. I had a lot of stuff, like I said, being kicked up. I went to this trade show feeling so raw and fucking vulnerable. And it literally felt like my heart had just opened, and I didn't have the time to really recognize what was opening and how and what was going on. Anyway, the point of this is at the very end of the trade show, I met this woman, and she was such a beautiful soul, and I was talking with her about her own issues, which directly reflected mine. Of course they did, right? That's how life works. And what I recognized as I was talking to her is that we are all struggling. We have all been struggling for so many years that we don't even notice it anymore. We don't even notice it. We wake up, we're like, and I've said this many times before. There are many times in my life where I'm like, okay, I'm doing really well. I feel like I've healed so much. I feel like it's time for me to create what I wish existed, which is what I call everything. I think it's time for the upswing. And I'm like hoping for the upswing, and then it's like, holy fuck me, something else falls apart and something else seems to go wrong. But it's never wrong. It's just always being triggered. We see more shit